Donald Trump won the New Hampshire Republican presidential primary, beating the former United Nations ambassador, Nikki Haley.
Well, it's Trump's second victory this week after winning Iowa last week, cementing his position as front-runner. Here's what he had to say.
You know, we won New Hampshire 3 times now. Three. We win it every time. We win the primary, we win the generals, we've won it, and it's a very, very special place to me. It's very important.
Well, joining us now is former Nevada Republican Party Chair Amy Tarkanian. A very good morning to you. Look, I think perhaps it's no surprise that Donald Trump won in New Hampshire last night. Perhaps what's more surprising is how many votes Nikki Haley did manage to achieve. And I wonder if those people who voted for her clearly lost out and saw Donald Trump win, how many of those could then go on, do you think, to vote for Donald Trump when it comes to the election? And what I'm trying to say is there a section of the Republican Party who just don't want Trump and will be posing a threat to him come November?
Yes, to all of that. You actually saw last night, as you mentioned, there were independents who were able to participate in either the Democratic or the Republican primaries. And so the moderates and the independents actually did go more for Nikki Haley. And I think he's going to struggle with that when it's time for the general. And if it does pan out with the way that it looks like it's going to, where you're going to have another head-to-head against former President Donald Trump with current President Joe Biden, then that's an area that I think both candidates are really going to have to focus on heavily, because there's now an increasing amount of individuals, especially here in the state of Nevada. The registration numbers for nonpartisans and independents lead exponentially. And then in second place, you have Democrats, then Republicans trail in third. And it's because people are really unhappy with our options, and they don't want to see either one of these older gentlemen go at it again. They are now viewed as either ineffective, toxic, chaotic, and we want somebody who's new. And I think that's why Nikki was giving the message that she was giving, with trying to say that, you know, we need a new generation of leaders. And so I think that rang true very well to some of those moderate voters.
Amy, she hasn't got a chance. I mean, she's one for the future, perhaps. But come on, let's face it, she's not going to be anywhere significantly in this race.
Well, you know, perhaps not. I mean, she says it's far from over. And we do have something that's called Super Tuesday on March 5th, where there are 16 states that have delegates that are allocated. Now, we have a total of 2,492 that need to be allocated, and a majority of those will actually choose the nominee. But on Super Tuesday, a third of those are divvied out. So there's a lot of time in between South Carolina and Super Tuesday. And as you know, the world of politics, a lot can happen in an hour. But yes, let's go ahead and just read the writing on the wall. It does seem that there's going to be a head-to-head once again with Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
One of the things that could happen, and we talk about this on the programme, is that Mr. Trump could be in jail, or he could be facing a jail sentence as well. So the possibility of something like that could really upset the apple cart.
Well, not with his base, and actually with a number of Republicans who are maybe more soft on him overall. They have actually fed into the fact that he is truly a victim of the justice system, and he has actually done an excellent job at making sure that his base also are victims.
His base, though, isn't enough to get him into the White House. It's about a third of the Republican Party, I'd say. So he needs to persuade some of those more conservative ones. If he is convicted, and he mentioned Super Tuesday, I think he's facing one of his 91 indictments and criminal prosecutions the day before, at least at the beginning of March. Will they be able to vote for him, these people who are, you know, church-going, God-fearing, law-abiding, if he's actually behind bars?
You know, it sounds crazy. But this is not a normal election. And I think we are now looking at two individuals. You know, Donald Trump was at the right place at the right time when he ran against Hillary Clinton because she was so disliked and toxic. And then once his administration was over, he was so toxic and incredibly disliked. Joe Biden was in the right place at the right time. Well, now, once again, you're seeing these two men go at each other head to head. And Joe Biden, he doesn't seem to be, cognitively all there. And he is asleep at the wheel. And so now you have President Trump, who is a bull in a china shop. I don't care for his rhetoric and name calling. I think he's bully and an incredibly rude individual. But right now, the economy is not doing well. People are concerned about illegal immigration, their safety, and it seems that Joe is asleep at the wheel.
Asleep at the wheel. Thank you, Amy. Fascinating talking to you and hearing your take on things. We really do appreciate that. And but we must say goodbye to you now.